So if you guys would like a fully AFK blaze rod slash XP farm that gets all the blazes down to exactly one hit, and you get tons and tons and tons of XP, and like I said, fully AFK, make sure you guys stay tuned throughout the whole entire video to see how we build this massive and epic blaze rod farm up. Hello there everybody, welcome back to another video, and as you guys could tell by the intro there, today we're going to be building ourselves up a blaze rod farm where we can get tons and tons of blaze rods and tons of XP. So the first thing we're going to do, of course, is you're going to have to go ahead, we're going to have to go in the nether. We're just going to need to find ourselves a little a blaze spawner thingamajig, whatever you want to call it. And then for the materials list, because I do actually have a materials list, for the normal thing, we're going to just need 48 pistons, 48 stone pressure plates, a stack and a half of redstone, and then just a whole bunch of building blocks of choice. I'm not sure exactly how much because everyone will be different, but I just have a couple stacks of that. Now, if you guys saw in the intro there, I am using something called a one-hit killer, which is what made all those things one hit, all the blazes. They were all one hit just to the hand. And in order to build that, you're going to need 2 sticky pistons, 5 redstone dust, 6 comparators, a redstone repeater, and 1 redstone button. Oh, and I would recommend having a couple potions of fire resistance just to make sure that these guys don't kill you, because they can be quite annoying. But the first thing we have to do, as you can see, I already surrounded in glowstone. So right now we're just going to come here and we're going to kill all of these guys right here. It's just so we can have our platform all nice and smoothed out. And what I did is I just put glowstone all around it, like I said, just to make sure that no one can spawn here while we're in the process of making it. So now the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to actually have to clean up the area quite a bit, as we're going to attack by this blaze right here. I have a potion of fire resistance, but we got to clean this area just a little bit. We need to make it so that there is 4 blocks from the wall to the center little spawner thing. I'll show you guys in a second. So most of the time, if it's like out in the open like this, you just want to mine everything away like this. And what we're going to do is, actually, if I'm going to take out that blaze first. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is you want to go ahead and make sure that the walls, we're going to have to build walls around this thing, obviously. And we want to make sure that these things, please don't see me, okay, are 4 blocks away from this. So we got to go 1, 2, 3, and then number 4. And unfortunately, blaze may spawn, but you just have to kill him. That's why I said I recommend fire resistant potions. I don't even know how they're spawning, but anyways, you guys see 1, 2, 3, 4, and on this 5th block right here, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to build a nice 2-high wall around this whole entire place. And we're going to do this for every side. So this side too, when you come out, that's 1, that's 2, 1 more is 3, 1 more is 4, and then on the 5th block, we're going to build ourselves a 2-high wall. And then we're just going to connect these all together, because this is where a lot of our pistons are going to be going. So go ahead and connect that all together. And by the way, guys, when we build this 2-high wall, we also are going to want to fill in the floor for now. And what we're doing is we're not placing it on the same level as the wall, as where we counted. We're placing 1 block below it. It's kind of confusing, but if you just follow me along, I promise you, you will get it and you will understand it. So just keep following what we were doing. The wall can be 3 high if you'd want to. We only need a minimum of 2, so just like this, as you guys can see what it looks like, so that they're all 4 blocks exactly from the center. You can destroy these, we don't need these permanently. It was just so that you guys can see how far away they have to be. But then these guys will spawn. These guys are so annoying, I will admit. And then right, so we went ahead and finished making this first platform. So as you guys can see, all these blocks are exactly 1, 2, 3, and then 4 right here, blocks away from the wall. Unfortunately, blaze may start spawning, so you might have to build this fairly quickly, or again, fire resistant potions. But now that we have this nice wall around the whole entire place, as you guys can see, exactly 4 blocks from where their spawner is. So this is our spawner. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the wall. What we're going to do now, since we will be placing in pistons, what makes it easier is if we actually make this, beef it up. If we beef this up and make this exactly 2 blocks wide, so just go around, do exactly what you did, and just make it like 2 blocks thick, as you guys can see. And this will make it so it will be much easier when we go ahead and place in all of our pistons. So go ahead and do this around the whole entire place, and I'll be back with you guys once you finish up that step. And alright guys, so after you hopefully did exactly what I said and made it so that once again 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away from the wall, and then we beefed up the wall by adding a second layer around the whole entire place, so that we have this nice 2 thick, 2 high wall. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing in ourselves our pistons. So give me a minute, let me go grab our pistons, our 48 pistons. Grab your redstone and grab your pressure plates, and we're just going to go ahead and fly it right back up there. Just give me a sec. And alright, now that we're back up here, what we're going to want to do is we want to pick 2 sides, okay, that are going to be 7 pistons long, and 2 sides that are going to be 5. Now I'm going to choose this backside here and this backside here, and they're going to both be 7 pistons, and this one to our left and our right are both going to be 5. So what we're going to do for the 7 pistons, as you guys can see, we're going to go that 1, 2, 3, 4, like always. This is 4 blocks, and we're just going to mine out with the 1 right here. That's perfectly in line with where we got our spawn, and then we're going to go 1 this way, 1 this way, so that's a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Therefore, we should have exactly 1 block on each side. Now what we can do is we can place in our redstone dust all along the top of here. You don't need these set of 4 blocks. Alright, I'm just actually going to fill this in. And then we can place redstone dust right here on the floor. Like I said, 7 blocks again. And then we can place in our pistons right here. So it's going to be 1, and then 1, 2, 3. Oops, so not like that. But then 1, 2, 3 right there, and then 1, 2, 3 right there. And as you guys can see, this will be a total of 7 because we have the one in the middle that's lined up with the spawner, and then 3 on each side. And then what we can do next is we can go and place in some stone pressure plates here. And just so you guys can see that this is working, what will happen when we step on these is it will push us out, quite obviously, okay? Now we got to do the same thing on the other side. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a hard copy of this side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You should have exactly 1 block left on each side. So we're going to do that. We're going to place in our redstone dust right here, redstone dust all here on the bottom, and we're just going to go ahead and place in our our pistons right here along this whole entire place, so that we have a total of 7 pistons. Once again, as you guys can see, these two sides are exact hard copies of one another. Then we're going to place in our stone pressure plates. Now we got to do the 5 blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, obviously, pretty much the same thing. So when we come to the middle, we're going to break out 1. Then we'll go 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just like that. We're going to do the same thing with the redstone. Place down your redstone. Place down your redstone here again on the floor. We're going to go ahead and place in our pistons, not up there, but once again in line with each other like we already had them. Just like this all the way through. Just like that. And as you guys can see, this corner is not going to be touched. That's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to fill in these corners right here just with these 2 blocks, and that's because otherwise they will glitch out with the piston systems and whatever. You guys get it. All right, this one's lined up with the middle, and then we have 2 on each side of that. Then we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some more of our stone pressure plates, and we can just place these down so they all hook up with the redstone. So as you guys can see, oh yeah, also make sure you patch up these corners, okay? They're not meant to collide with each other, because think about it, if you had one more piston here, they'd collide, but now if you're step there, they will always push you out. All we gotta do is that same exact thing once again over here on this side. So once again, it's quite literally the same exact thing. We have our middle one right here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, no, don't do that. Then we place down our 5 blocks of redstone, or 5 pieces of redstone, 5 pieces of redstone dust right here. Our 5 pistons, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're gonna again batch up these corners just by 2 blocks. As you guys can see, every corner is matched up. And then we can go ahead and grab ourselves our stone pressure plates, and boom, boom, boom. Just like that, our first layer is done. I'll show you guys, if you land anywhere so far, or like anywhere in the middle, you will get pushed down. So I'll give you guys a top-down view and see, so that you guys can see what it looks like. And alright, so the next step, what we're going to want to do is we want to go ahead and dig down a total of 4 blocks where these pressure plates are not at. So you see, these are our pressure plates, and we're just going to dig down 1, 2, 3, and 4. And yes, you may be exposed to the outside, but that's okay. We can patch up those walls, but just dig down 4 blocks like I was saying on each and every one of these, and just do it, not just the outside, but this whole entire area, just like so. And alright, so after you dig down 4 blocks down from each spot, making sure that you don't break any of where the pressure plates are at. So we're going to dig, like I said, 4 blocks down. We'll be left with this. Now, you guys may be like in a place to where you don't need to add walls, but if you do need to add walls, do the same thing you did with the top floor and just add 2 block thick walls the whole way around. And the reason we do 2 block thick is just to make sure that the redstone's not exposed on the outside, so we don't have any weird finicky spawns or anything like that. So like you guys see, I'm just making it too thick. I'm copying the top platform, and we're just going to do this for the whole way around, and oh, that's just amazing. But yeah, just keep copying what I'm doing until we get 2 block high walls, and you go away, sir. And alright, so once you make your nice little too thick, it's going to be 5 by 5 exactly area down here. What we need to do is we need to place in some more pistons. So what we're going to do is, as you guys can see, that right there is where our 5 pistons are. That right there is where our 7 pistons are. What we're going to do is we're going to take where our 5 pistons are, and we're just going to straight up mine out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're actually going to go back 1 more block, just like this. And that's why I told you guys to build it too wide, or the too thick wall, and then we're going to mine out this bottom layer right here, just like so. You may have some room, so you might want to place some blocks in, just like so, just like this. But then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put redstone along the back of all of this. Once again, redstone right here. And as you guys will see, our piston should be perfectly in the wall. So it should be like a flat wall, just like this, perfectly just like that. And then when you place down the pistons, quite obviously, it's going to be pushed out. So yeah, make sure it's lined up with that top 5 block wall. We're going to have to dig out like that, and then, yeah, this is what it's going to end up looking like. Now we're going to do the same exact thing over here on the other side as well. So once again, we're going to mine out 1, 2 blocks along the top all throughout here, just to make sure that we can place in our redstone. Then just with the 1 layer along the bottom. Again, if there's no blocks here, make sure you just place them in just like so. Going to place in our redstone on the bottom. Okay, the redstone's going to be right here. Redstone up top right here. And then our piston's going to be on the tops of those redstone dust. Just like so, until we have a place that looks like this. Then we're going to put more pistons right here. Alright, and those are, again, lined up with the sides of 5 pistons. Just like so. Now we're going to do the side with only 3 pistons. And I'm sure you can guess where these are going to go. These, once again, are just going to go in the wall, just like we did these. We're going to mine out 1, 2 blocks back, and then just a layer of blocks right here. Again, if there's no floor filled in, and then we're just going to put redstone along the back like this, redstone along the bottom right here, and then place our 3 pistons right there, and then place our pressure plates right there. And as you guys can see, this is forming a perfect ring, which means no matter where they are, they will always be pushed. Now, of course, you will have blocks right here, but that's okay because we have to have blocks. It's kind of similar to that top platform. But again, the same as that thing, we come up to a wall, we mine back 1, 2 blocks on this height level that you want it to be at. We're going to mine these blocks out right here, then redstone dust right here, redstone dust once again up there, and then pistons right here so that they all form perfectly into the wall. Then put in our pressure plates just like that, and then boom, just like that, we have it so far working. And alright guys, so for the next step, what we're going to want to do is we want to go ahead and mine 3 blocks down from where this platform is. So now do remember 1, 2, 3. Do remember if there are sides like this that are showing, just like mine, you can patch them up with whatever you want. Just make sure we dig a nice 3 blocks down. Again, remember, don't go over where the pressure plates are at. Oh, hi buddy, you're definitely not going to shoot at me, right? Right, we're just going to block this up. Nice, nice, nice. But again, just like I said, exactly how we're doing it. Make sure we don't mind where any pressure plates are. And like I said, 3 blocks down now that we're on this final platform. Just like so. Perfect. And alright, so now you guys went ahead and mine down your 3 blocks down. What we're going to do is we want to line up with the side that has the 5 pistons. Not the side with the 7 on top and then the 3. The side with the 5 pistons and the 5 pistons. What we're going to do is we're going to, once again, we're going to want to place the pistons in the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to mine out this block right here. Mine out the second block behind it. Place redstone on that second block behind it. Mine out the block right here on the floor. Just like this. And we're going to place redstone right here on the floor. And then we're going to place the blocks right here. Just like this. So as you can see, it's lined up nice and smooth with the wall. Just like that. And then we're going to copy the same thing on the other side with the 5 pistons again. I'll destroy this. It was just there for me to see. We're going to mine out just the 1, 2, 3, and then just like that. So we got nice 2 blocks back. Mine out the one that's in the floor as well. We're going to place redstone along here. Again, if you have any holes, fill those up. We're going to place redstone again on here on the floor. And then we're going to go ahead and place in 3 pistons just like that. So that as you guys can see, when we place in our pressure plates, it will have us perfectly pushed down into this middle hole right here, which we will be building upon next. Alright guys, now that we're here at the bottom, as you guys can see, we only have 2 pistons left in our inventory, and that is perfect. That means you've done it right. You should have like 2 pistons left because that's all we got doing. Anyways, what we're going to do, we got this middle thing right here. As you can see, these 3 blocks. We're going to mine down 1, 2 on each and every one of these. So go down 2 blocks just like this, and then at height level right here in the wall, we're going to mine back 2 blocks. We're going to place a piece of redstone dust there, a piston on top of that, and then right below it, we're going to place ourselves another piece of redstone dust. And then once again, you guess another pressure plate. And what should happen is when you step on it, it should push you out. Then we're going to copy the same exact thing over here on this side. So we're just going to build up our nice area just like so. Just we have some room to work with. What we're going to do, we're going to place 1 piece of redstone dust right there. Place a piston on top of that, a piece of redstone right there, and another stone pressure plate right there. But as you guys can see, I'm finally out of all the stuff in my inventory, out of the pistons, out of the redstone, and out of the stone pressure plates. And that means because these 2 pistons should both push me down into this one singular hole that we have right here, just like this. That means it's working perfectly. Now what you can do is you can go and mine this hole if you trust it enough. I'm going to go down and make our kill chamber. Now you can just make this down like 5 blocks. That's why I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks down. Then I'm going to clear out myself a nice big area for us to work in. And as you guys can see, we got tons of blaze down here. But what we're going to do now is you can either cut the video right now, right, and just have them land on just platform right here and hit their feet, right? That will work. But if you keep watching, I will show you guys how to make them so that they're all exactly 1 hit using some redstone. Like you guys saw in the intro, you saw all those blades were all just 1 hit and died instantly. If you want to be able to do that, you're going to have to keep following, and we're going to have to grab ourselves our second set of resources. And alright guys, so as you guys remember, for our second set of resources, we're going to need ourselves 2 sticky pistons, 5 redstone dust, 6 comparators, one redstone repeater, one button, and then we're just going to grab ourselves just any kind of blocks. I'm just going to keep using the same blocks that we've been using, and now what we can do is we can go ahead and head down to the bottom. Real quick, if you guys want to test how this works, is I will show you. What we can do is we can get up here and just pretend that we're a blaze, right? You guys will see, no matter where we end up going, you guys will see that we get pushed down, no matter what, to the bottom every single time. Okay, like I said, I went down just 1, 2, 3... It doesn't matter how much you go down. You can go 3 blocks down. I just went down, I guess, 3 blocks from where this bottom pressure plate is. You can go down 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. As long as you're like 4 blocks. Here, we'll do 4 blocks. Just like this. So as you guys can see, this right here is where their feet will be. So that is a total of, from right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then right here is where we'd be collecting them and all that good stuff. So what we can do right now is we can go and grab ourselves. Actually, we're actually going to need a hopper and a chest. My fault. I forgot to include that. So go ahead and actually grab yourself a hopper and a chest as well. We're going to place down the chest right here, a hopper right here, just like that. And then this right here will be where you would hit your feet, where you would hit their feet at, unless you wanted the killer, which we are doing right now. So for our killer, we're just going to clear some space out to our left, and that's because what we need to do, we need to be able to actually see where they're going in. That's why I did build it down a couple blocks. We need to be able to see the tube, essentially. So this right here is the tube that goes down, and they all land up right there. So what we need to do is we need to take these top 2. Okay, I'm just making sure. These top 2 blocks, all right, and we need to put sticky pistons on them, if that makes any sense. All right, so this is our tube. We got to come up to the side, place 1 sticky piston right here, and we got to go ahead and place another on top of that, facing the same exact way. It's kind of hard to explain, but you guys will see that what happens when we do have that, as a matter of fact. We have the piston right here, so when that extends, it will crush them. Again, 2 blocks up, and then we have their feet will be right here. I'm going to use some glass just so you guys can see how it looks like much better. Okay, so I went ahead and threw in some glass just so you guys can see how we do it, so it's a lot easier to understand. So we have our block right there, then we have 2 blocks up above it, which are going to be sticky pistons with solid blocks on top of them. Now we can go ahead and get into the redstone adding portion. And right, so for the redstone adding part, I went ahead and got ourselves some colorful concrete just so you guys can see what it looks like. What we got to do, come to this bottom sticky piston. We're going to place 1 block on top of that. We're going to go ahead and place 1 block down below it, just like so you guys can see. Place a piece of redstone dust right here on top of it, a piece of redstone dust right here. Then we're actually going to go ahead and go up by 1 block, just like that. A redstone repeater is going to be running into that block, just like so. Then we're going to have another block up right here, just like that. Then we're going to have a block right here, right next to it, with, again, another piece of redstone dust in it, so it looks something like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to need a nice little not 3 by 3, but we're going to go out by 1, 2, 3, and then another 1, 2, 3 right here. Now we got to go ahead and grab ourselves all of our comparators. And what we're going to do is we're going to place in comparators from right here. We're actually going to build out 1 more set. All right, 3, so that's going to be 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab ourselves our comparators. Comparators, make sure they're facing from here. And that's because what we're going to do, we're going to place 2 pieces of redstone right here at the very end. Right here is where our button's going to be. So we're going to place a button right here. Oh, a button right here just so you guys can see what it looks like. We're going to place a button right there because that's going to activate this redstone. These comparators have to be facing this way because they got to go 1, 2, 3 like this. And then they got to turn around down here and go 1, 2, 3 out just like that. It's not too confusing, but as you guys can see, when we press this button, this piston should activate. It will stay closed, and it will stay closed for just enough time to make the blaze all be one shot. Now don't wait, just give it a second and we'll open back up and then wait for it. Boom, just like that. When we open them, the blaze should all be exactly 1 hit. So that is this whole area done and dusted. That's pretty much the whole farm done. But wait, what we can do is you can go ahead, you can make this area be all super pretty, surrounded in blocks. I will probably do that as well. But what we can do now is we can come up to the top right here. And what we're going to do, since it's surrounded in glowstone still, I'm actually going to build a quick little roof on it just to make sure none of them fly out. They most likely won't. But I'm just going to go up 1. Actually, I'm just going to go up 2 blocks on top of all of the pistons just to make sure that none of these guys can fly out of here. So go ahead and do that just all the way around. Just 2 blocks up on top of the pistons, and then you can just straight up put a roof on top of that if you'd like to. What I'm actually doing is I'm actually doing 2 blocks up, and then I'm going to just place a 3rd block, and that's going to be the roof just to give them some more room to spawn, just to make sure that they can't spawn outside of this, but make sure they also can't fly up and away. So yeah, just go ahead and add yourselves in a nice little roof like this. And alright, so I added in a roof. I'm going to drink ourselves a potion of fire resistance, because now what we need to do is we need to go and come down here. We need to just destroy all this glowstone so that they can spawn. Make sure you destroy only the glowstone, not the spawner, because that would be very bad. And yep, as you can see, they're already starting to spawn. That's okay. That's why we got the potion of fire resistance. So just destroy all of that. And then what we're going to want to do is we want to go and just fly our way out here. Fly up and away. Oh, Oh, perfect. And then seal off the roof. And then boom, just like that, your farm should be all done and dusted. So from the outside, it's going to look alright. It's going to look pretty similar, basic. But as you guys can see, the guys are already down here. Okay, that's already just one in like 2 seconds, but that's just because we were up there. And what we're going to do, we're just going to wait here. We're going to let them kind of pile up in here. Just give them a minute. Now, do keep in mind, there is entity stacking, which means that they can only have 25 of these guys here before they will start dying and killing themselves from just being crammed in the tiny little 1 block space. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're just going to let them pile up down here for just a moment. And right after just building down here for just like a minute or so, letting these guys all clobber up here. As you can tell, there is plenty of them. And as of right now, none of them are one hit. But what we can do, like I said, we press this button right here on the wall. You will see this will push them out. And what will happen is these guys will all go to exactly 1 hit as soon as this thing retracts. Just give it a minute. And we'll get tons and tons of XP and blaze rods. Keep in mind, I am already level 32, so that's already a super high level. But now look at this. All of them are 1 hit, and then boom, boom, boom. You can just spam them just like that. And that was almost 2 levels from 32 to almost 34 in just a matter of like half a second. So that you can imagine that's probably like 8 levels if you start on level 0, something like that. So yeah, crazy amounts of levels. And that was after like 20 seconds of leaving in here. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I do hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions, go ahead and go in the comment section down below, and I'll be trying to do my best to help answer anyone that's having any problems. But once again, thank you guys for watching yet again another video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.